Here we go, about to get started. We are streaming live on Instagram and Facebook. Just trying to get everything online. Alright, so Facebook is now live. Instagram's live. Looks like everything is working properly. Give me a thumbs up or a wave or something. Make sure you can hear me, so let me know. But everything looks good on my end. So we're about to get started here. Give a couple minutes for people to get on. All right, here we go. There it is. Thank you, Aaron. Looking good. So here we go. So this week, as you know, is the week before Passover. Passover starts next Wednesday evening, would be the first Seder. And we're going to talk a little bit about Passover today. So Passover, Pesach, has a bunch of names. Chag HaViv, the holiday of the spring. But another one of the names is Zman Cherusenu, the time of our freedom. So freedom is a big theme, and it's obviously when we were freed from Egypt, we let out of that exile into the desert to get the Ten Commandments, and then on into Israel. So how do we take that freedom and that energy of freedom and utilize it for ourselves this Passover? So it's a time of our freedom. Freedom's in the air. We have all this this power, and how are we able to use that now? So we got to look back at the Zman Cherusenu, the time of our freedom, of the original Passover when we went out of Egypt. So if you look back, it says in the Chumash that we were taken out of the land of Egypt in order to serve God in the desert. So it's about serving God, learning Torah, doing mitzvahs. So that is what gives us our freedom. It's the learning, it's the mitzvahs, and serving God. So what we need to do now is to double down on those efforts, to do mitzvahs, to pray, to learn, and do all these things that we've been doing. But now, especially in a time like this, with all this staying at home and people aren't going out as much, hopefully, you should be staying in your homes. Stay home, stay safe, stay alive. Keep yourselves, your family, and your community safe. So there's a lot of things that you would be doing on a normal day that you may not be doing now, which may give us more time to look at ourselves, look at what we're doing, look at our families, and maybe veer our efforts a little bit and do a little more of the learning, of the praying, of the mitzvot. So part of that is getting rid of our evil inclination, which is a lot of what Passover is about. Passover, we get rid of all our chametz. Chametz is leaven product. Leaven is, things that rise, and what we're trying to do is get rid of all the things that rise, and that is equated with the evil inclination. So we burn our chametz the day before Passover, and we get rid of all of it, and we sell it. We want nothing to do with any of the chametz. And what we're trying to do is get rid of all of those evil inclinations and all those bad things in our lives, of the bad thoughts or the different things that we're doing, we're trying to get rid of, and focus more on ourselves, on our family, on Torah and mitzvahs, and really doing the right thing. So, all right, sorry about that. We got a little feedback on Facebook, but it seems to be okay. So, as we get rid of our chametz in our homes and the chametz in our hearts, that's how we become free and harness that freedom for ourselves and our families. So, especially in a time like this, when we're all cooped up in our homes and we have so many opportunities now to express our freedom by learning and doing more Torah and mitzvahs, we really should take advantage of that in these times. So there's so many opportunities. There's online classes you can join, coming to a thing like this, doing a mitzvah. We're gonna say a blessing soon on some l'chaim, and just any small things we can do helps improve our lives and our families' lives, and we'll hopefully soon be able to do this together in person and do even more mitzvos um, very soon. So, without further ado, let's get on to the bourbon part of the show. Today we have Hudson Baby bourbon whiskey. This is the first bourbon made in the state of New York after Prohibition ended. A lot of people think that bourbon has to be made in Kentucky. It doesn't. It's got to be made in the United States. A few interesting things about this bourbon in particular is they make this in small casks. Most casks are about 53 gallons, and the casks they use for this are between 3 and 14. So you see the color is a little darker than, this is a 4-year-old, or under 4 years old, but it's very dark for that age, and that's because the barrels are so small. So the bourbon in the barrel has much more contact space with the barrel itself than it would if it was in a much larger cask. So let's give it a little pour. Again, thank you to my sister Chani for the amazing tumblers. All right, this is actually unique in a few ways. This is also 100% corn. So bourbon has to be made of at least 51% corn, and there are a few bourbons that actually are 100% corn, and this is one of them. Another interesting thing they do is they blast music with heavy bass at night in the warehouses where they store their barrels, and the theory is that it helps the wood expand and contract a little more to give it extra flavor. So, give it a little smell first. So you want to smell with your mouth, like we said last time. You put your nose over the glass and breathe in heavy with your mouth. Wow, still getting a lot of alcohol. Heavy alcohol scent. A little bit of citrus, but mainly alcohol. And we'll go for the taste. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'hakol niyeh b'dvaro. Well, and the taste is also very heavy in the alcohol. A little bit of fruitiness at the end, maybe like raisins. The finish is actually a lot lighter than I expect for something that has such a heavy alcohol taste. Kind of mellowing out with like a little vanilla or something like that. Anyway, that's what I get. If you were able to taste this with me, you can leave your notes in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you next week. L'chaim.